49th in education.
As always, leisure those above me. If you could just smile whenever you're ready. Sir Mohammed, I agree. Just like you, I took advantage of the American opportunities that this country offers through scholarship, through the education I was able to get, to escape the oppressive nature of the Italian economy, to come to the United States, educate myself, and become socially mobile. Education matters a lot to me. But it's because responsibility matters a lot more that today I urge you to negate, my fellow senators, because responsibility starts with us as a Congress. And we need to promote responsible policies. Because last time we just went, we seemed to be good with we created a mortgage crisis. It's because the technique is exactly the same that today I urge you to negate. Now, the issue why we need to address and fail this bill today is because although Senator Mascaro and Senator Bernstein keep talking about the Obama plan, because of the recent loss of political capital that President Obama is undergoing, because of things such as the IRS scandal, the Benghazi scandal, it's probably not going to get passed. So this bill today will be the one that will matter the most. And that's why we need to fail it. Because ultimately, the government is not managing the risk correctly, which will actually promote financial instability. This is explained by Anna Maria Lugardi, head of the economic department at Dartmouth University, when she explains that in the age group between 17 and 22-year-olds, only 18.2% of them are financially literate enough to be able to manage a loan effectively. And that's exactly the issue. My 17-year-old granddaughter is undergoing Bieber fever. Now, not the senator, but the actual Justin Bieber. So that's exactly the issue. Teenagers right now are not able to make fiscally responsible choices because they're unable to evaluate how they will impact our future. It's exactly what we're not accounting for. We are the ones that should be taking care of these children in their future than by making a fiscally responsible decision, by negating this piece of legislation today, and accounting for the fact that people are not the same. And once they go to college, things such as the choice of major, like their hard work and previous work ethic, really impact their ability to pay off the loans. So Senator Gorwitz, Senator Clark, you talk about how loans increase enrollment for minorities. However, the problem is college tuition is trying to get as much money as they can. So it actually increases proportionally. So the more money we give to these students, the more they have to pay to go to college. But furthermore, need-based aid is exactly what's going to be solving this issue, because high-performing minorities will be able to go to college almost for free, because that's exactly how I got into Harvard University. My mom made less than $60,000 per year, and I could go for free. And that's why the current status quo is solving for this issue already. But the ones we need to worry about are the underperforming minorities. They're going to be creating the next bubble with the college loans. This is explained by Douglas Elliott, president of the Center for Federal Institutions, on his book, Evaluating Federal Credit and Programs. And he explains that the federal government right now is guaranteeing $7 billion in long-term college loans. And because of the flat interest rate, there is no adjustment for a dynamic economy. Now, Senator Fedasio, you talk about how bankruptcy laws harm the economic cycle. However, the net loss is coming from the United States because we're not accounting for so many people defaulting from their debt will actually prevent the economy from engaging in recovery. Less jobs will be created, and the cycle will just get worse. Thus, negate.
Thank you for the speech of 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Will all questioners please rise? Mohammed, Tyler, and Fedashik.
Senator, can you look into your constituents' eyes who are depending on you for the 3.84% interest loan and tell them that their rates are going to double in 10 days because you refuse to accept an extension of the current rate?
What I'm going to tell them is your parents lost their jobs because we created a mortgage crisis. The same thing will happen to you and your children if we keep this going. I'm going to try to teach as much responsibility as possible. And my South Carolina constituents are all about responsibility.
Thank you, Senator. If only 17% of students are fiscally responsible, why should we drive up debts for the students who aren't yet fiscally responsible?
We should remove incentives for people to not start worrying about the cost of college. Because the moment that you can take a federal loan, regardless of what your high school GPA is or what your college major choice will be, that's what we're promoting irresponsibility, and that's exactly what's going to cause economic issues.
Thank you.
Since Stafford loans cannot be alleviated through bankruptcy, like I said, what fiscal irresponsibility or bankruptcy comes as a result of them?
First of all, we don't need to pass this piece of legislation because we can just amend that statute. But second of all, more people will go into bankruptcy because right now we're insuring 2.2 million college graduates. And that's going to be increasing the more we extend this federal program. And that's exactly why the issue will get far worse. And the more we have a weak economy, there are not going to be any jobs for the college graduates.
Thanks.
Thank you. The senator may be seated. Speech is an affirmation.